Welcome to the program. How is it only Tuesday? It's probably because yesterday felt like about 3 days packed into one. Yesterday was just mentally exhausting. Started right at 6 a.m. I knew it was going to be a busy work day. It ended up being way busier than I thought. By the time I got out of here, I was ready for nap time. But I had to take the cat to the vet, Koopa. He's just been peeing all over the place, and it's driving me nuts. So, this has happened before with pets in the past. And, for the last few months, it's like, okay, he's, just getting used to Becca's cats, and, all these cats will settle down eventually. It hasn't been happening, so it's like, all right, maybe he's got a UTI or something. Because it happened with one of my cats one time. So I'm like, all right, bring him to the vet. Even though I just want to go home. Because, again, work yesterday. I'm not going to get into all the details, but there was a little shuffling of duties around here and things like that. And I've got a lot more work on my plate now. And yesterday, as much of it that could happen in one day as possible, just all dumped down. So, I don't want to go to the vet, but you got to take the cat to the vet. So take Koopa to the vet. And turns out he was fine. So, got him some anti-anxiety meds so I can get him all loaded. And maybe he'll just, chill out a little bit. He's got anxiety. He kind of always has. Wonder if I can feed that stuff to the other cats. The other one that pees on stuff doesn't seem like she's got anxiety at all. She's like as chill as can be. I think it's just a battle between the two of them. It's a battle between all the pets in the house, except the lizard. He's the only one that's well behaved. All the rest of them, bad kitties and doggies. I just remember Millie the dog made me mad last night too. I'm going to get into Victor's adventure in the afternoon, probably later on the show, because I got to write down the timeline of everything. Yesterday was pure chaos. And again, I've got to sit down and think about it and go through the full order of events. And I'll break down my evening for you. It's funny. I was getting, by the very end, a little bit like, all right, enough's enough. Enough's enough. But it should hopefully make for some entertaining content on this show today. So I'll sit back. I'll try to map out the timeline, and we'll get to that at some point on the show. In the meantime, I've got a song for Becca. Since I'm going to throw her under the bus today. This is Magna Carta Cartel with Darling. Let's take a look at some local news here that apparently has gone national. Let me open this up in a different tab because this one is being a piece of crap for some reason. Why can't something just work for me this morning? Come on now. Okay, this is at the main Fox News website. Group of teenage campers stalked by a group of Sasquatches in Idaho over the Memorial Day weekend. A BFRO investigator concluded the teens were telling the truth after speaking with witnesses by phone. Oh, yeah. That's the perfect way to figure out if somebody's telling the truth. Let me just ask them. Are you guys lying? Are you telling the truth? Yeah, we swear. They're definitely telling the truth. They told me. So this is a group of 10 teenagers, all of them about 18. Oh, all of them are 18. They're from Parma, Idaho, and they took a couple-hour drive to Payette National Forest in McCall. So they're like, yeah, let's go to McCall to do some Memorial Day camping. McCall, one of the places I looked at for a potential get out of town this weekend for my birthday. Nope, too expensive. Just like everywhere. I wonder what it's like in the cities. I was looking at small towns and stuff because I just kind of want to get away from people. I don't want to see any people from a birthday. I know, sorry for those who wanted to throw down and have a birthday party. I don't want to get away and no people. But it's too expensive, so I'm probably going to be stuck at home and have a party. But anyway, McCall too expensive. I guess camping's a little cheaper. So these guys go camping. And they said, let's see here. First sighting came on Friday night. One saw a tall, dark figure just a couple yards behind their friend's tent. And she didn't tell anybody because she didn't want to freak anybody out. Okay, if you're out in the middle of the woods and you see a dark figure a few feet away from your friend's tent, you should be a good friend and tell them, hey, there's a Sasquatch by your tent, all right? Or, hey, there's 10 of us. There's one scary guy back there. Let's go get him. But she didn't say anything. So she was like, we'll just let this pass. But little did she know, the weekend was only going to produce more encounters with the suspected group of Sasquatches. All right, it is getting so weird nowadays. I mean, on the main Fox News website the other day, you had that turd Jesse Waters talking about the 4 different types of aliens that exist. Now they're talking about the, Idaho Sasquatch army that's hassling this group of 10 teenagers. This is the, mainstream news. I don't know what times we're living in, but anyway. So then Saturday, an argument between 2 friends caused one of them to walk into the trees to get away from the arguing. Then one of them goes looking for him. She's wandering through the trees and she heard what sounded like something walking with her in the tree line and whistling at her in different directions to get her lost in the forest. Yeah, or it was the dude who wandered off and he's like, hey, now I can finally put the moves on her, huh? So, I can't do the whistle that's like, woo, woo. Anyway, I'd have to practice whistling and I'm not going to blow into the microphone. Anyway, so she finally decides to turn back to go to the camp and she ended up running into the guy and she thought he was the one whistling, but I guess, I don't know, he like, no, I swear it wasn't me, even though it probably was, in my personal opinion. So they heard the whistling sounds. All right, so then about 3 a.m., everyone's sleeping, and then they hear someone trying to start their car, which was followed by really aggressive and rhythmic knocking, which they wrote off as a woodpecker. And this is a quote, if only they had known that there was likely a group of Bigfoot in the area. Who wrote this article? Writer at Fox News, I know. It was not a woodpecker. It was likely a group of Bigfoot. So then later on Sunday, one of these kids, he sees a figure on 2 legs, and he came in contact with a 9-foot tall creature with blank reflective eyes walking toward him. So he ran, and then his friend grabs a gun, and they set out to find the 9-foot tall creature. So let off some warning shots, returned to camp, and then they heard it says, quote, person run that direction. So now they're back saying it's a person, not a Bigfoot. Again, I don't know what's up with the writer of this article. So then they say they were later circled by 3 or more creatures in the woods. And then they're camping, a couple other friends camping off an abandoned road. And this article's very confusing. And it's long. It's so long. It just goes on and on. So then they see more creatures with the blank reflective eyes. And why wouldn't you just pack up and leave? Then they're hearing more knocking and they find handprints on a couple of vehicles and footprints around their camp. They got a picture of the footprints. Let's see. All right, they've got a picture of the footprint. It does look like a bare foot, but they got the guy's foot next to it. And that's a pretty small Bigfoot footprint from my experience seeing casts of Bigfoot feet, where people have supposedly found Bigfoot footprints. So they also claim that they found, before they finally decide to pack it up and leave, broken trees put together as sideways crosses all in a wide circle with what appears to be teepees made out of trees. Okay. You could walk the Bigfoot investigators to that area, right? Where are the pictures of that? Where are the pictures? If you got a phone to take a picture of the footprint, what about this broken trees area where they're put together as sideways crosses all in a wide circle with what appears to be teepees made out of trees? Where are the pictures of that? Huh? So, the Bigfoot, whatever that group's called, the BFRO investigator, he's like, I talked to them. They're telling the truth. Okay. He's like, they saw him in the daytime and they heard sounds. And there's a history of Bigfoot activity in the area. Pretty obvious. This is what the guy said, verbatim, according to the article. It is pretty obvious some Sasquatches were there, at least 3 of them. Okay. And then the author says, at least 3 of them indeed. It's this level of confidence that got me into Bigfoot in the first place. The lack of any real evidence shouldn't deter anyone from making definitive statements like, this guy's got to be trolling. Yeah, no. When it comes to Bigfoot, I'm all for us attempting to find new creatures that are out there. Let's identify some cryptids, determine that they're real. But until I see something aside from a footprint, I want some bones. I mean, I don't think anyone should just shoot a Bigfoot. It'd, I think, be better to try to tranquilize it. I mean, are they people-like? I don't know. Is it unethical to tranquilize Bigfoot? Like, lock it up? See if you can talk to it? Does Bigfoot have human-level intelligence? I don't know. But again, until I see a Bigfoot, like bones or a carcass or a locked-up Bigfoot or video footage that doesn't suck, I'm just not going to go for it. But that's national news. National news from foxnews.com. And Sean Joseph, the author, he, again, wrote that as if it's 100% fact. I don't know. Very strange. All right, let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by Sinclair Lubricants. Hard work is their heritage. Made American, made true. I believe it's supposed to be pretty decent, if I recall correct from last time I looked yesterday. Why does this default to the weirdest places? Just don't understand my internet browser sometimes. Today we're looking at a high of about 76. Just a pretty sunny day with a little bit of clouds, and then over the next few days it's going to get hot. All right, I got to get my dining room cleaned up, and I got to get the air conditioning situation all together, or we're going to have problems by the weekend because we're going to get up into the mid 80s by Friday. All right, that's the average weather forecast. Hey, I wanted to let y'all know, earlier I was talking about how hectic yesterday was. Well, one of the things I had to do was set up a promo to let y'all know about Peaches getting out broadcasting live at I guess he's not broadcasting live, but he's going to be hanging out at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market this Saturday. Farmers Market going every day now through October, or every Saturday. What's wrong with me? Why can't I put my thoughts together? I'm an idiot. Anyhow, every Saturday, now through October, this Saturday, Peaches is going to be there. It's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we're gathering items, donations for the Snake River Animal Shelter. So anything that would help out the little kitties and doggies at the Snake River Animal Shelter, food, non-perishable items, that would be fantastic if you could donate whatever you can. Also, while you're there, Josh from Classy 97 is going to be giving out free tickets while supplies last to the Classy 97 Second Chance Prom, which is going down Saturday night at the waterfront in Idaho Falls. So if you'd like to take your special someone to the Second Chance Prom, get yourself some free tickets by stopping by our booth at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market this Saturday. So yeah, go see Peaches, go see Josh, and check out the Farmers Market. They've got hundreds of vendors. Food, crafts, knickknacks, they got everything. It's really cool. So go check it out this Saturday and every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you can donate some items for the Snake River Animal Shelter, that would be awesome. Just bring them to Peaches. They'll get it taken care of. All right, let's keep rolling. Also, amidst the hectic chaos of yesterday, I launched another promo for tickets to Hollywood Undead and In This Moment. Yeah, they're going to be taking over the complex in Salt Lake on Tuesday, October 20th, and we are giving away tickets all week before they even go on sale. That's right, tickets go on sale Friday. You can win them today. Yeah, at some point, Peaches or I are going to be like, hey, call now and be caller number blah, 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 whatever caller number that might be. And if you hear us do that, then you be that caller number. And if you are the correct caller, you win tickets. I had to rush to put it together, so, no time to put in effort to make a wacky sounder or this and that. I was like, all right, we're just giving these away the good old-fashioned caller number blank way. So keep listening all week for me or Peaches to give you the cue to call, and you can hopefully go see the Taste of Chaos tour with Hollywood Undead in this moment, Icy Stars, Vana, and Melrose Avenue, going down Tuesday, October 20th at the Complex in Salt Lake City. If you don't win, buy tickets. Find the details at the concert calendar at kbear.fm. And we might as well listen to the brand new track from In This Moment while we're at it. All right, Sleeping with the Enemy. Morning to you and happy Tuesday. Wish it was Friday, but I think I say that every Tuesday. So let's see here. Sorry, I get myself distracted scrolling social media. Somebody posted in the Idaho subreddit this picture, and they're like, there's so much going on in this picture. And it's at some intersection. I can't tell what city this is in, simply off of the photo. It's not somewhere here in East Idaho. Could be the Boise area. I'm just looking at businesses in the background, but there's this van, and it's a brown, like cruddy-looking van. It's got yellow paint and white paint splattered all over it. There's a picture of an old woman in the back window, like a printed picture from, like a computer printer. It's just a sheet of paper with an old woman on it. And in cursive writing on the back of the van, it says snake oil, 2 cents. Very creepy looking van. And the vehicle right next to it is some type of SUV that is flying a thin blue line flag, as well as a Confederate flag with, what is this? I didn't notice the white part. What does this flag mean? Is this some kind of Nazi flag? Okay, maybe this wasn't the Boise area. Maybe it was Coeur d'Alene. With white. What does that mean? Confederate flag with white. Stainless banner? Okay, there's a picture of the one here. But I don't know what this is. It's the second national Confederate flag. So this comes like before the main one or something? This is like, they're going way old school? Yeah. Apparently so. I didn't even like the third Confederacy. I go with the second. Why on earth would you fly a Confederate flag in the Pacific Northwest? We are as far away from Alabama as it gets. I just don't understand it, okay? That is not our flag. All right, if you want to fly the flag, okay? The Confederacy was defeated in the Civil War, all right? The end. All right, they tried to, do their own thing, and it didn't work out. All right? They're done. And also, this is Idaho. All right? There were never Confederates here. What is going on? Anyway. Sorry, I just got myself distracted by that photo because there was a lot going on in that photo. Where did that photo go again? There's probably more that I didn't even, notice. Yeah, I don't know. When I see people flying the Confederate flag, it's just so cringy to me. I'm like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Anyhow, sorry if I made you mad if you're driving around in your pickup with a Confederate flag flying from it, but get a better flag, all right? It's 2026, okay? That was like, almost 150 years ago? It's done. It's over. All right. I'll be back. I'll eventually get into my afternoon adventures from yesterday on this program. I've been meaning to map out the timeline, and I just haven't got to it yet. But it's coming up some point on this show. The mighty Seven Dust and Unbreakable. Seven Dust, they're coming here. Heck yeah. Coming to Idaho Falls. with Theory of a Dead Man, and we'll probably be doing some more ticket giveaways on that one. But if you want to guarantee that you go to the show, going down September 23rd, buy your tickets. You can find them at the concert calendar on our website, kbear.fm. I was looking at another show that Becca tagged me in. She's a huge fan of this artist named Stick Figure, which we've played the track that I guess you'd say he. I don't think the full band was on it, but Stick Figure did a song with Sublime. We play that one. But anyhow, she tags me in this post about the tour that was announced. And I'm looking at the dates. I'm like, wow, that's coming up fast. Because the Salt Lake date was for like July 8th. I'm like, why are they just announcing this today? And I noticed the first show was in Phoenix tomorrow. I'm like, who announces a tour? And then the first show starts the next day. Like, this is really weird. And then I look at the flyer and it's like, 2027. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So plenty of time to plan ahead on that one. All right. Anyhow, what else was I going to talk with you about? Oh, I'm still working on the timeline of my events from yesterday afternoon, so I can talk about just the relentlessness that was yesterday. But in the meantime, I was looking at a list of the horror movies heading to Hulu, Netflix, Tubi, and other streaming services this month, because I love horror. And I'm like, all right, anything good going to be coming out? And, I should have been digging up content for you, but maybe you're a horror fan. If you go to bloody-disgusting.com, it's a horror website. You can get all your horror news and things like that there. The reason I bring this up is I was looking through the list, and they got plenty of, horror movies, because that's what the subject was, right? But as I continued scrolling through it, I noticed they have Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed adding to Netflix. I guess it was added yesterday. Since when is Scooby-Doo a horror movie? Okay. Yes, there are ghosts and things like that, but you can't call it a horror movie. That's a kid's show. All right. It's not a horror movie. So now I'm looking at the list and going, all right, or how many of these movies that I've never heard of are just random movies that maybe they have a ghost in them, but they're not horror? I mean, is Monster House? You seen that cartoon for kids? Is that a horror movie too, like Scooby-Doo? Oh, they got the Dark Tower movie being added to what? Paramount Plus? That movie, please, just don't watch it. Because the Dark Tower series, written by Stephen King, is one of the greatest series of books. I mean, in my personal opinion, that's my favorite story of all time. The Dark Tower series, the entire epic. The movie, The Dark Tower is essentially 8 books, some of which are, standard Stephen King, big epic lengths, like 800 plus pages or something. I don't know. But anyway, thousands of pages to tell the story that is The Dark Tower. They made a movie out of it that's an hour and a half long. I mean, a regular Stephen King adaptation from one single book sucks because they leave so much out. This is 8 books, and they made an hour and a half movie out of it. Yeah, you can guess how good that was. It was universally despised. It is a terrible movie. The only people who would even understand what's going on in it are people who have seen, have read the books. So, yeah, do not watch that movie and then go, you're not going to want to read the books after watching that movie. It doesn't even represent the books whatsoever. It's the worst Stephen King adaptation ever made. And that's saying a lot because pretty much all the Stephen King adaptations are pretty terrible. I've talked about that plenty. The Dark Tower, and I wouldn't even call that a horror movie either. Sure, there's elements of it. Dark Tower's more, it's everything. It's fantasy, it's Western, it's horror. It's got it all. But the Dark Tower movie, maybe it's got some horror elements. I don't know. There we go. Bride of Chucky. That's what I want to watch. That's on a service I do not subscribe to, Peacock. Yeah, that's where, I guess where all the good, one good stuff is going. Bride of Chucky. It's a great movie if you've never seen it. It's fantastic. Or you can just go for free movies and use Pluto. Check out stuff like all of the Scary Movie movies, since the new Scary Movie's coming out soon. Yeah. I don't know, I'm not very impressed with this list of movies being added to streaming. I mean, I guess I shouldn't complain too much. I was just hoping to see like Obsession or, Backrooms. They just came out in theaters. They're not going to be added to streaming like any second, so I don't know what I was expecting here. Anyhow, watch some horror. Kick back and relax and watch a movie, because that's what I daydream of doing. Hey, if you didn't hear, I mentioned earlier you can get free tickets from Josh at Classy 97 for Saturday night's Classy 97 Second Chance Prom by visiting him and Peaches at the farmer's market. You should go check that out. Maybe your prom sucked. My prom, I did go to prom once, and obviously the music was terrible, because when you go to a school dance, they're going to play whatever, pop music is popular at the time. And I even went to school in the late 90s when some of the most popular acts in the world were like Korn and Limp Bizkit. I don't recall any of that being played. But also, I didn't have fun with my date at the prom. Of course, got in some fight about something or other, and so I ended up hanging out outside. Yeah, maybe your prom didn't go good. Go to the Second Chance Prom. It's going down this Saturday night. You can buy tickets at klce.com. They're $10, or like I said, get free ones by going and seeing Josh and Peaches at the farmer's market on Saturday. You can also pick up free tickets at Closet Revival, Mahana Fresh, and Black Tie Car Wash. Those free tickets at those locations, there are a limit of 4 tickets per person. So get out and pick those up. Take your special someone out to the Second Chance Prom. You've even got JD and Josh running the Fantastic Light Show, so you know it's going to be amazing since they're the best. Yeah, go check it out. Going down at the waterfront Saturday night, and lots of ways to get free tickets. I recommend dropping off some food to Peaches and getting some tickets from Josh on Saturday, because then you're helping out the Snake River Animal Shelter. But you can get free tickets again at Closet Revival, Mahana Fresh, and Black Tie Car Wash. K-Bear, what's up?
When you were talking about the Dark Tower movie,
Yeah.
they took such a dump on the books. It is not even funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the movie's terrible.
My wife could not understand why I was like, this is complete garbage. And she was with me when I read most of the book.
Yeah, my kids...
The fact they left Susanna out of it, they left... I can't even remember.
Oh, I mean, they left everything out of it, basically.
Yeah, they barely even brought the kid into it.
I know, it was very disappointing. I'm really looking forward to Mike Flanagan's TV adaptation, or I guess streaming adaptation, where he's going to break it down into multiple seasons. It's one of those things you have to do as a series.
Yes, exactly. They should have just done one movie, one book, and that's how they should have done that.
Yeah, it was a very strange decision to do what they did.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy who played Roland did a great job. I feel he did the best with what he had.
Yeah.
But the way they scripted it was just trash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Idris Elba, he's a great actor. Certainly, not when they announced that, it seemed like, okay, that's a weird choice, but he is a great actor. So like you said, he did the best he could with what he had. But yeah, the script, it was just baffling as someone who's read the books.
Yeah, it was a slap to the face, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Mike Flanagan will nail it with the upcoming series. Who knows when that'll come out, though? Probably going to be a year or two, but hey, at least they're working on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't exactly do worse than the movie they put out.
That's true. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Bar's already in the basement, so you can't go any lower.
You are correct, man, for sure.
All right. You have a good one.
Hey, you too, man. Good to hear from you.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.
I'm seeing a lot of attacks on fat people as of late. And as a guy who's working on slimming down the dad bod, well, sort of. I did buy a bicycle. and haven't been drinking as many calories. Anyhow, numerous attacks on fat people as of late. Southwest passenger was told recently she's too fat for her seat and would need to purchase a second seat. I guess Southwest has a new customer of size policy that they implemented in January, and it says if an airline employee determines based on eyeballing a passenger that the person cannot fit into one seat, they must purchase an adjacent one. Now, I don't really think that's fair. I think that, maybe they should put some bigger seats in the airplanes. Because, okay, I mentioned, I got the dad bod going on, but I'm not like huge, okay? Airline seats are so small and uncomfortable. I can't imagine, and I'm not trying to call Peaches fat. He's big. He's a big dude. Can you imagine being Peaches and trying to be on an airplane? Peaches, don't buy tickets to Southwest, or through Southwest, I should say. The Southwest of the U.S. is pretty nice. Arizona, California, I like it. But I don't know about the Southwest Airlines if you're a big guy or a big gal. Because second ticket, I've looked at flights recently. They're not getting any cheaper, all right? I mentioned trying to plot out something fun to do for my birthday to get out of town, and there's nothing affordable. I didn't even consider looking at flights. Yeah, it's going to be too pricey, for sure. Anyway, speaking of fat people being picked on, I also believe that, they got this UFC fight coming up at the White House. Again, watch the movie Idiocracy if you've never seen it. We are living in those times. Apparently, it was initially announced they were going to have they were building this big stadium and they were going to have 100,000 people there. But now, I guess it's, from last I read, they're just opening up the audience to the troops, to our armed forces. And they're not allowing fat soldiers. There's some kind of a height to waist size ratio that determines whether or not you meet the Department of War's fitness standards or something. And so they want a bunch of pretty soldiers to appear on TV, I guess. And I don't know, what, scare the rest of the world? I don't know. There might be an older soldier who's been, working for the armed forces for decades. And yeah, maybe now they're doing a desk job. They put on a little weight. What, they can't go watch a UFC fight? Give the fat people a break. Come on. I guess, yeah, shame on you, larger people. Shame. Speaking of shame on this guy. This guy's a cop. Where is he at? Texas? Is that right? Texas cop who was honored for his work combating drunk drivers. What do you think happened with this guy? Yeah, here's a picture of him holding an award in front of the Mothers Against Drunk Driving Texas backdrop. It's an award for his work. Yeah, he was, of course, arrested for DUI. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but he was arrested on the job. Not even on his own time. Yeah, another officer noticed that he reeked of booze when he showed up for work, so they went and hit up his supervisor God, smell like whiskey. I don't know what he smelled like, but yeah, he had driven to work, so they just walked him over to the jail. And he has been terminated from his position. So that's good to see. I don't like seeing people get fired, but if you're a cop who's been honored for fighting drunk driving and you show up to work, drive there drunk to get out in that patrol car, yeah, you probably shouldn't be working as a police officer. So, shame on that guy. All right, anything else here for freak news? Why are you hiding in the bushes? Okay, another drunk guy. I guess he was declined service at a bar, and you got to be fairly well hammered for them to be like, dude, you got to go. You got to get, all right? You're wasted. No more for you. So then he gets mad, and he drives off, runs over a planter and some cinder blocks, and he gets stuck. So the cops show up. He had booked it out of the vehicle, but they found him tucked away in some bushes, and they're like, hey, what's going on? He's like, nothing. And they're like, well, then why are you hiding in the bushes? And he's like, well, why are you guys out here? I don't know. You tell me, the deputy responds. And then it says they went back and forth, and then they took him to jail. If you get kicked out of the bar, just call an Uber, okay? Don't drink and drive. It's bad. It's not good. All right? Oh, man. Already 8 o'clock? All right. Let's see if I can finish up my timeline of my afternoon yesterday so I can complain about it. We'll get into that in a few. So yesterday was a little bit hectic. What's going on, Peaches? Well, maybe I'll save that break for a few. What's up, Peaches?
What do you mean you saved that break?
Oh, hold on. What's going on? Why isn't that mic working properly? There we go. Try again.
What do you mean you'll save that break?
Oh, it's going to be a long, rambling break. And just looking at the timing of the clocks, with 2 people doing it, it'll be twice as long. So I'm going to save it, and I'll do it myself in just a few. So how are you this morning, Peaches?
I'm really tired.
Oh, you're turning into me.
Tomorrow,
turning into me.
I decided to go extra, follow the Mamba mentality even more so, and schedule a training session for tomorrow at 5 a.m.
You did that this morning?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow I get the 5 a.m. training session.
Okay.
I scheduled it yesterday.
Now, did you say follow the Mamba mentality?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's you have to watch a whole bunch of Kobe Bryant videos to understand it.
Yeah, I'm not in the basketball game myself, Peaches, so.
He purposely learned other people's languages so he could talk trash to them during the game.
Okay.
That's just one of the many things.
That's one of the things. I just thought he was going to bite people.
Sure.
You know? And poison them.
Mike Tyson did.
He had poisonous teeth. That's right. You know what's weird? Evander Holyfield's ear never grew back. Anyway.
I just watched a Dr. Mike video talking about the worst wrestling injuries, and they had the footage of Mick Foley's ear just flying off during the middle of the match.
Dude, Mick Foley's a maniac, dude. If anybody out there has never watched any documentaries about Mick Foley, also known as Mankind or Cactus Jack or what? Dude Love.
You got it.
Am I missing any?
No, you got it.
Okay.
Mr. Sacco.
Mr. Sacco.
That's his.
All right. Yeah, he had a little sock on his hand when he was Mankind.
Yeah.
That guy is insane. The beatings that he would take it's just unfathomable. I can't imagine. You watch that video where the Undertaker throws him off of the cage?
I was just about to bring that up because he wasn't supposed to come back to the match. Sergeant Slaughter, who was like the commissioner at the time or something, was like, no, please, like the match is over, get backstage. He turns around and goes right back to the ring and falls through the cage a second time.
Through the cage, through the top?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a long drop.
It's 20 feet, they said.
Oh, man. I know. Anytime, people are like, it's fake. It's scripted. It's planned. They have an idea of what they're going to do, and they know the outcome, but they're still hurting each other.
Yeah.
They're not full on punching each other in the face or anything, but go ahead and have a friend suplex you. See how it feels. I guarantee it's not going to feel very nice.
But it says, do not try this at home, Victor. Come on.
I love watching those wrestling documentaries because every single wrestler, they're a maniac in some way or other. You got to be a certain type of person to be a pro wrestler. And you've got to be a psychopath in a lot of ways. Every wrestling documentary I've seen has been good.
To want to wrestle somebody or like suplex somebody while wearing underwear, knee pads, and boots, and to do that every 250 days out of the year and travel around the world putting yourself in pain for the entertainment of others.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very weird career.
And most of those people aren't making very good money at all.
No, not at all.
There are so many, there was that series on Netflix about one of the underground wrestling, what do you call them, leagues? I don't know what the name would be. Organizations. And, they just got their own little place. They're struggling just to keep the place open, where they, hold matches and things. Those are all people. I don't even know if they were getting paid to do it. And they take a beating.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing the barbed wire matches and things like that. Like, you can't fake getting thrown into barbed wire or getting slammed down on a large pile of thumbtacks.
That's the dumbest part. Okay. Like, if I was a wrestler and someone asked me, like, hey, could you do a thumbtack match? I'd be like, no, get out of here.
I know. Dude, have you ever stepped on a thumbtack?
Oh, yeah.
It sucks.
Imagine it sticking through your back.
Yeah. Imagine hundreds of them sticking into your back. Wrestlers are crazy, man. Did you watch that A24 movie? I can't remember what it was called. The Iron Claw. Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it because I do know that it's going to be a very, very, very sad movie.
It's pretty sad.
Because that family it's a sad story.
Yeah, if you know the story of the family, it is very sad. But they did a really good job with the movie. And I was pretty surprised. What's that guy's name? Zac Efron? Mm-hmm. He got himself all swole.
Well, you should see his diet and everything that he had to do. It's quite ridiculous.
Oh, I bet it sucked.
Yeah.
But really good movie. If you're into wrestling and haven't watched The Iron Claw, yeah, it's really good.
In my series of watching dudes transform themselves, remember we talked about that on the Noon Hour?
Yes, Peach is watching lots of dude videos on YouTube.
Zac Efron was talking about his diet for Baywatch and how he barely ate any carbs, anything of that sort, and it's quite painful. Like yesterday, it was another one of those days. I haven't had a burger in forever, no sugar, no nothing.
I was so mad yesterday because you mentioned you hadn't had a burger, and I'm like, what if I show up with a bag of Culver's? And I was going to go to Culver's, but guess what? The Colby Jack burger, gone. And it was replaced with some kind of jalapeno thing, and I'm just not huge into jalapenos. I don't want them on my burger.
Oh.
So I could have ordered it with no jalapeno.
Why didn't they cater to you, huh?
I know. Bring back whatever that one was that I liked from a couple years ago.
The Dr. Pepper Pub Burger?
The Dr. Pepper Pub Burger. Come on. So I ended up eating something like crappy. I don't even remember what it was, but I wanted to walk in and just wave a bag of Culver's at you.
It doesn't matter to me.
Check it out, Peaches. I got a burger.
There's been donuts in the break room. There's been tons of temptations, but...
Well...
Doesn't bother me.
That's good, Peaches. That's good. I'm glad that the jab's doing you good. The mysterious jab.
Well, not even that. It's just like, something's clicked, and I'm like, okay, whatever. This is all done. No soda, no nothing.
Right on. Yeah. I've been drinking a little bit of soda lately, just because I like a nice carbonated beverage. And the other carbonated beverages I tended to enjoy, I just need a break.
Well, I start off every morning with that mushroom elixir drink now.
Peaches shrooming every morning.
Black tea with apple cider vinegar and just cold pressed apple juice, whatever.
Heck yeah. If I had a kombucha, I'd crack one right now, but I'm out.
Would have brought you one. They were on sale at Winco.
They were on sale?
Yeah.
They weren't the last time I was there.
It was $2.80 for that mushroom elixir.
That's a pretty good price on the mushroom elixir because they're usually more than the kombucha.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I ain't going to the grocery store today. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what.
I ain't going anywhere today. I'll talk about why.
Oh.
Here on the next break.
Okay. I'll make sure to tune in.
I am fed up with the running around.
Or I'll stay outside the studio and just listen in.
You can just listen to me rant about my afternoon yesterday. All I wanted to do was get home. It took a while.
I do have that Walmart Plus now, so I can just get my stuff delivered to me.
Yeah, but then you can't shop, Peaches. You can't look at all the stuff that's all over the place.
Why would I want to do that?
I don't know.
I don't want to
shopping
battle the crowd and everything.
Well, depending on what time you go to Walmart, if it's late, there's not as many people there.
That is true.
Yeah.
You go like 9 to 11. It's just...
Yeah, if you're there after 9, a lot less people there. We'll get into that here in a few. Oh. We'll be back. Sometimes when people try to send a message or make a statement, they just end up looking so stupid. I'm going to get into my afternoon from yesterday after the next couple songs. Just wanted to briefly talk about this picture of a truck I'm looking at here. This guy in South Carolina was looking for a place to charge his electric vehicle. Simple. Charging stations available in a variety of places, one of which was a parking garage they found. Well, somebody visiting from West Virginia, I guess, does not like electric vehicles. So these people pull in and they're like, oh, there's the EV area. Sweet. pull in, and you got this huge truck. I can't see the model number on it. At bare minimum, it's a lifted full-size pickup with extended cab, okay? Parked at a diagonal angle, filling up all of the electric charging stations. And on the front license plate, well, both license plates, it's a West Virginia plate. It says, Friends of Coal, Coal keeps the light on. And the way this guy's parked, he was clearly trying to block people from parking in the electric vehicles area as some type of a statement. Like, yeah, you're driving, here's my truck, it runs on gas. You hippies with your electric vehicle. His license plate says Coal keeps the light on. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but electric vehicles, you charge them up with electricity, right? And how do we get electricity? Well, a variety of ways. Maybe nuclear power, or maybe a coal power plant. You would think that if you are all about the coal industry, you would love electric vehicles. Gasoline-powered vehicles are not powered by coal. At least as far as I'm aware. Maybe Santa's sleigh is powered by coal, but every other vehicle I've ever seen, electricity or some type of gas. What an idiot. And I really don't understand why people get so crazy about electric vehicles. Like, who cares? Let people drive what they want to. You don't have to drive it. Why is that an issue? With all the things people could get worked up about, some people see an electric vehicle and, oh, it's a charging station. I see a cord. That's a power cord. I hate those. Oh, anyhow, we'll get to my my afternoon of mayhem. It's pretty much just going to be me complaining, okay? But yes, I ain't going anywhere today. I don't care. Only place I'm going from here to home. That's it. All right, right now, a listener described this track as being like nails on a chalkboard on the K-Bear Idaho Rock and Metal Group page. Many listeners disagreed, but I mean, and I'm one of them. I think this band is great, and I must really like nails on a chalkboard. So Peaches walked in a few minutes ago and stated that he was tired. Generally, that's my go-to statement. It was yesterday. I was a little bit tired yesterday because I've been struggling with getting to sleep a little bit. You know, just taking me a little bit longer than usual. Happened Sunday night. So yesterday I mentioned to Becca, I'm like, all right, tonight we are going to bed early. I want to be in that bed 9 o'clock. Which, if I managed to actually fall asleep right at 9, I could get 8 hours of sleep. Never happens. Never happens, but a boy can dream. So I was like, we're going to be in bed at 9 o'clock. She's like, all right, sounds good. So, yesterday at work was extremely hectic. I'm not going to get into all the details. There's just been a lot going on behind the scenes around here, and I've had to take on some additional work that, on a Monday, it all kind of came crashing down, and I was just mad scrambling yesterday to get things done because I couldn't stay late because I had to take my cat to the vet at 3:30. On a normal day, okay, I don't need to rush. I can stay late if I need to, but I had an appointment. I had to get the cat there, so I'm like, all right. Got to be out of here right at 3 so I can get to my house, get the cat, get to the vet. So Becca hits me up. I'm like, yeah, I'll come pick you up. We'll get the cat, go to the vet. And I was already like, ugh, because I don't know. Have you ever been to the vet? Have you been to a doctor's office? It sucks. It takes a long time. And, the cat doesn't like to go anyway. Koopa hates it. So get him all in the carrier. Get him in the truck. He's, we're laughing at him. Sorry, Koopa, but, something funny about taking a cat for a car ride and how much they hate it. It's like, it's like taking a fish out of water or something. So we go to the vet, and it does take a long time. Longer than I would have expected it to. And of course, nothing wrong with Koopa. He did need his shot, so it was good to get him in and get that done. But the additional tests that I had done, he's just fine. He's just got an attitude problem or is really stressed out or something, and that's why he just decides to pee on things. So, a few $100s and an hour and a half or so later, get out of there around 5. Get some meds that I got to give the cat now. Twice a day to calm him down. I forgot to do it this morning. I'll have to do it at lunchtime. Get out of the vet, 5 o'clock. I'm like, oh, right. Finally, I could go home. Because I didn't want to go to the vet. I don't like going to the vet or the doctor's office. Especially on a Monday. I was just mentally beat. From work. So get done with the vet. All right. Let's go home. Well, there's some other places we need to go. We got to go bring Becca's daughter some clothes. Okay, well, let's just go grab them. We'll drive all the way across town, drop them off. That'll kill, it's going to be at minimum a half hour of driving, but whatever. Should still be able to get home at a reasonable time and eat some food and go to bed. Get into bed at 9 o'clock. That was my goal. Well, on the way to my truck from the vet, few steps, Becca managed to drop her phone, getting into the truck, and phone breaks. The phone breaks. It breaks to the point it is unusable. And in this day and age, you need a phone. You need one. All right. Let's figure this out. Hold on, let me call JD. I gave him a phone a while ago, and maybe he still has it, and we can use that one. Hit up JD. He's not sure if he has it, and he's working anyway. He's like out in the mud digging holes or something. I don't know. He was in the mud. All right. Well, that ain't gonna work. To the cell phone store we go, and I don't know if you've ever been to the cell phone store. Anytime you have to deal with cell phone stuff, it's gonna take a long time. So I'm like, okay. This will just add about an hour. All right. And I will say that the staff at the cell phone store was great. We got in and out of there in about as much time as I could ask for. There's, just a variety of things you have to do to activate a new phone, blah, blah, blah. So, get the phone. Another few $100s later. All right. Let's go drop off the clothes. Now it's, after 6 o'clock or so, I start losing track of the time, okay? But I think it was about 6:30 or something like that. I don't know. But let's go drop off the clothes. So we drive all the way across town. Well, Becca's daughter and her grandma had already went to our house because they were wondering why it took us so long to get over there. Because we were at the cell phone store. Sorry, no free plugs. So they had already gone and gotten clothes, which is fine, aside from the fact that the house is a mess. And they had to go in through the garage. I knew the laundry room was going to be a pile of clothes blocking the back door. So they had to, climb over this mountain of laundry. You've heard me talk about my battle against the laundry. So that was kind of like, I wish they didn't have to see that. And the trip across town, a half hour to and from, it was a complete waste of time because we didn't need to go over there. But we probably would have known that had we not been in the middle of dealing with the cell phone thing and had a broken cell phone. Becca could not receive calls. All right. So then it's like, I missed a part. Before we dropped off the clothes. Or attempted to, I should say. Becca wanted a case for her phone because she just broke the other one. So I was like, all right, let's swing into Best Buy, get a case for the phone. Now, this particular model of phone, because the cell phone store didn't even have cases for it, which is weird considering they sell the phone. This particular model of phone, I guess, is less common because, not a very good selection of cell phone cases, but we did find one that worked. So we buy the cell phone case and check out, and then me, like an idiot, I'm like, oh, did you, we're walking back to the truck after already shopping in that store once. I'm like, did you see they had pop sockets in there? Because I know for a long time, like 8 months, she's wanted a pop socket for her phone. I shouldn't have said that because she's like, yeah, let's go get one. Let's go back in. All right. So then you got to look at all of them, of course, because they've all got a design. Finally decide on one. All right, let's buy the pop socket. Let's go. Let's go. We got to get these clothes dropped off so we can get home, eat some food, and go to bed. So we get out to the truck. We're driving over to Becca's mom's house. She puts the pop socket on her phone, but is not happy about the placement. And I'm like, well, just don't worry about it. We'll deal with it when we get home. Hopefully I can just peel it off and we'll put it in a different spot. And then, like, out of sheer frustration, she broke the pop socket. And she just ripped it right off there. It's not fixable. And I'm like, oh, come on. Just be a little more patient. God, settle down. So then we did, the clothes situation. Waste of time there. Like, okay, let's go back home. Let's go home. At this point, it's probably 7:30. I don't know. Something like that. Okay, well, I really would like to get a pop socket. All right, let's go to Walmart. We're gonna go in and out. Okay, we're gonna just run in. We're gonna grab a pop socket and we're gonna leave. Now, for whatever reason, Walmart locks up all of their cell phone accessories like they're bars of gold. Okay, I could understand, I guess, locking up something like a video game. Something that costs $80 or whatever. I'm sorry, but a $10 pop socket, why does that need to be locked up in a case that you have to wait in line for the employee to come open it up, and then you can't touch the stuff. You point them out, and then they can hand them to you so you can look at it. So while she's looking at pop sockets, I decide, okay, well, since we're doing this, since we're now shopping, because, okay, on the way to the pop sockets, this turned into a regular Walmart shopping trip. Becca loves to shop and is easily distracted by all those items on display in the middle of the aisles. Oh, look at these cool water balloon things. We got to get these for the kids. I'm like, pop socket. We need to get home, eat, go to bed. At this point, it's after 8 o'clock. No, I must be missing something in here because, no, it was after 9 o'clock because I specifically remember pointing out, right now is when I wanted to be in bed. But, so we're at Walmart. We're, adding things to the cart. Next thing I know, we've got flowers. We got some kind of smart glasses. And so I decide I'm going to get a phone case while she's looking at pop sockets. Then I go wait in the line for the dude to come unlock these, just extremely valuable pop sockets. So stupid. I mean, even phone cases were locked up. But then they had other phone cases from like this real fancy brand. I can't remember what it was called. They had those on display and they weren't locked up and they cost like $80. Nonsense. So anyway, wait in the line for multiple people to get done. All right. Becca's perusing other things in the electronics section. because I had been waiting in line. She's like, I'll be back in a second. And then she's nowhere to be found. So I'm like, all right, I'll just grab all the pop sockets she was looking at. She'll be back here by the time we get back to the counter, because the guy had to open multiple cases. He had to, hand me the stuff and take it out himself. Get back to the line. She's nowhere to be found. Like, where are you? So he's like, well, hold on to this stuff till you get back. I'm like, it's so late. Where is she? And I, go wandering around. She's looking at posters. I'm like, hey, we got to go wait in line again now. Let's get in line so we can get out of here. I don't want to be at Walmart. She's like, well, I got to show you these posters I like. I'm like, where are we going to hang them up? We don't have any room for posters in the house. There is no wall space. So, finally get back in line, get checked out, get all the stuff, and I'm like, okay, let's go home. It's after 9 o'clock. We need to eat, and we need to get to bed. At this point, I think it was like 9:15, 9:30. Get out to the truck. And Becca's, again, distracted by items on display outside. Flowers. Walks over to the flowers. And I think at this point she was just doing it to drive me crazy. That's what she said. And I pull up, I'm like, stop looking at flowers. Get in the truck. We need to go home. All right, let's go. I'm like, I'll finally get home. Hopefully I can wolf down food fast. Maybe I can get into bed. Maybe by 10. Oh, we need to go to the gas station to get a few things. Ah! All right, we'll go to the gas station. I mean, I thought I was going to be home like 4:30, all right, after the cat appointment. It's now 5 hours later. All right, let's go to the gas station, buy the stuff, get home. We already had those things. We didn't need to buy them. We didn't need to go to the gas station. So finally, I don't know, it's like 10. Had to, do some chores when we got home too. Had to water all the flowers, had to cook food. I don't know what time I got to bed. It was not 9 o'clock. And then, of course, I couldn't get to sleep. So I'm tired. And I am not going anywhere today. I don't care. I don't care if, I better not jinx anything. To get me out of my house today, the most horrible event imaginable will have had to have happened. I am staying home. And I know that was a long rambling thing, but that's why yesterday felt like 3 days in one. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It was a Monday, and I didn't even go over like the work mayhem that happened from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Like I said, I was ready for a nap at 3. Ugh. So yeah, anybody wants me to go anywhere today? You get. Well, I'm not going to rehash what I just said on air, but I gave you a lot of it off air, Jade, since you weren't listening to my show for once. The one time you're not eavesdropping on me. But I've got more to tell you after the break of how my afternoon went.
There's a scene in Little Nicky that kind of fits your predicament pretty well. In the opening part, there's the guy that falls out of the tree and goes right to hell. Right to hell and visit Lucifer.
Yes.
And Lucifer starts punishing him, and his phrase is, I deserve this! I deserve this! Yeah, you deserve this!
I tell you what, last time I mentioned, hey, did you see those items in the store? I ain't going anywhere today. Don't you dare tell me I need to go anywhere, Jade. Here to home.
I need you to go drive on the Pancary and check the billboard over there.
Oh, yeah? We got a new billboard up?
No. The rain just doesn't like the billboard, or the billboard doesn't like the rain.
So you need me to go see if it's working?
You just said you didn't want to go anywhere, so I'm going to send you places.
Well, I guess I wouldn't have to hang out in the office. So that's probably fine. I had enough of that
Peaches is going to ride with you.
Peaches?
And then ask for my pop sock.
As long as he isn't controlling the radio, controlling the music, I'm fine with it. Peaches is not allowed to control the music when I'm driving with him. He's too ADD.
I've heard that you only listen to like 45 seconds of the song and then move on.
That's too
Is that
much.
a rumor? What
45 seconds would have been great. No, we're talking like 30, 15 to 30 seconds of a song.
Oh, you should have heard me on the Greenbelt last night. I was listening to full songs, but it was like Michael Bolton and all these like terrible.
So you'll listen to those kind of terrible full songs, but give me 15 seconds of some kind of, metal stuff. Oh, so another one.
Because I have so many songs to show you. I got to waste your time. You know?
Yeah, but you got to hear the whole song.
Peaches just pretends to be a metalhead. He's truly just a classy light listener.
That's
So
right.
I do, yeah.
No.
I do
Some
like
Celine Dion. And
Sure.
Because I don't really like listening to music when I drive anyway, like if it's a long road trip, because it seems like, it makes the road trip take longer, because one song will get done and it's like, oh, we've only driven 3 minutes, So you have to listen to like a million songs. But if you throw on a podcast or something, it's just somebody talking, and your brain doesn't track the time in the same way, or at least mine. Yeah, something about
I
listening
can agree
to
with
music.
that.
Yeah.
And after having this particular job for 28 years, just listening to music makes me feel like I'm at work.
It can, yeah. I mean, I rarely listen to music when I'm at home.
Give me a good audiobook.
That's right. I want to hear somebody yapping. All right. If I hear any guitars,
It depends on the yapping, because yapping makes me feel like I'm at work too. Because, you're in this office.
I guess
You're a nonstop yapper.
yeah.
You
See,
and Josh both.
But I don't listen to the other DJs. I don't give a crap what Josh is talking about. He's probably talking about how to make cookies and whatever they talk about on Classy.
They keep watching the bald eagles.
Yeah, let's watch a video of eggs. That's what we're going to talk about. Look at this nest full of eggs.
I bet you would rather do that than your experience yesterday. Let's watch
That's
paint
tough.
dry. It'd be nice and just relaxing.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Would you rather listen to Josh and Chantel or watch that video I showed you this morning?
Well, probably Josh and Chantel.
Okay.
Because if I hear the phrase Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, again.
I got to show Jade the video for
Peaches,
sure.
you are into weird videos. Like, you'll send me these bizarre videos, and I'm like, I don't even understand this humor. Even Becca, who's younger than me, you'll send her stuff, and she's like, what is this? I'm like, I don't know. Peaches, he's crazy. I don't know what goes on in his head. You'll have to ask him. I don't know what that video means.
Peach, do you even know what's going on in your head?
Sometimes. Last night,
Typical radio
okay.
DJ.
When you wake up in the middle of the night, your brain's going a million miles an hour. So I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and for some reason, I thought I was getting dumber. Like I was having this like severe thought that like my brain was not working.
I
I
don't
was
know
like,
if it's possible, Peach.
yeah, exactly. I thought I was getting a whole lot dumber, like even worse. And I'm like, how is this possible? And I was like, do I need to go to the hospital? Do I need to call out? Do I need to send an email? It's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm like freaking out in my bed.
Just when I think you can't get any dumber, you go and do something like this.
I was going to say, it's perfectly okay for radio DJs to come to work dumb. I mean, we all do it every single
That's
day.
why we're DJs.
Exactly. Just, wander around a radio studio. They're all packing the dumb on their way to work. So you don't need to worry about that.
In the dumb. I'm gonna put that in imaging for your show. Back in the dumb, the Victor Wilde show.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't claim this show to be smart. So, anywho's, wow.
Any
Show's
who's?
going by kind of quick. Anywho's.
Any Hoosers?
Any Hoosiers. It's already after 9, which is awesome. I thought it was like 8 o'clock.
It's because you're packing the dumb.
It's because I'm packing the dumb. I don't know how to read. I almost said it's Thursday. It's because it feels like it should be. I wish. Oh, that's some good riffage. Okay, sorry. Just like to pat myself on the back sometimes. Okay, what was I going to get into here? Oh, if you're flying anytime soon, and you notice that security marks RR on your boarding pass, get ready to take off your pants. I don't know, I guess people have been noticing, looks like this is overseas, that RR is being written on some boarding passes, and it means random review. And yeah, they might, I don't know. These are other countries. Who knows what kind of search they put you through? Oh, I'd be so mad. Every time I go to the airport, I get some kind of hassle. And I would assume it's based on appearance, right? Look at that guy. Got the tattoos, wearing a rock t-shirt is probably up to no good. Let's pull him aside and rip his CPAP apart. Yeah, something about the CPAP machine. They just love rooting through that thing. And then, thanks TSA, occasionally they lose your face mask. And you end up in Mexico, and there is nowhere to buy one. So you go ahead and do a week with no CPAP. Anyway, sorry, I'm not too great with the air travel. The entire process is pretty much aggravation. But if you're going far enough, you have to do it. You can't drive. So, anyway, I don't know, I might storm out of the airport if somebody wrote RR on my boarding pass. I guess I go for that digital boarding pass, so at least they can't do it. They can still, go ahead, pull me aside, but at least I don't know what's coming. Because then I'd be just sitting there stewing in line, be like, I have to wait in this line in security for who knows how long. And now you're going to pull me aside, rip my bag apart, mess up my neatly arranged stuff. Leave me alone. I'm not an idiot. I know what to and what to not travel with. But there's stupid people out there, and that's why we got to deal with this. There's bad people who are trying to do bad things and bring bad things onto planes. And then there are stupid people who do things like put their handgun in their backpack and send it through the security checkpoint as a carry-on. All right? Don't be an idiot when you fly. All right? They've just started loosening up restrictions. I think we can at least keep our shoes on now. Is that correct? Because that one was annoying. Like, what's in my shoe? You know? Wasn't there a guy who claimed to have like a bomb in his shoe or something? This was like years ago. Airport bomb in shoe. By the way, don't say any of those phrases if you're in an airport. Hope you're not listening to my show on your phone. I want you to get dragged aside. Okay, 23 years ago. Okay, this was a post on Facebook from last year. It says 23 years ago, Richard Reed, a.k.a. the Shoe Bomber, boarded American Airlines Flight 63 with homemade explosive in his shoes. Discover how the crew and passengers thwarted his plot and the crucial role the FBI played in bringing him to justice. Okay, how powerful of a bomb could you put in your shoe? I mean, imagine that you like put a firecracker in your shoe, all right? And you're having a walk on that thing. You ever had, anything in your shoe? It sucks, all right? Maybe this could have been an explosive that, could take down a plane. One that would fit in a shoe, though, I doubt it. And also that happened 24 years ago, and nobody has ever done it before or since, okay? I guess, we can keep our shoes on now. Sorry. I get a little worked up sometimes. It happens. What's up, fools? How's it going? It's Victor Wilk. Don't get mad if I call you fools as well. It's not negative, all right? Just hear what I say to Jade as a friend. Don't take things too seriously. Some people get mad you call them dude. Though I do say that I don't like I don't enjoy being called bud. I guess it depends on how it's said to me. If it's like bud, yeah, I don't like that. And I also don't like it when I can't talk good, which is maybe I should say when I can't talk well, which is what happened a couple sentences ago. Sorry. Brain a little frazzled today. All right, what do we got going on here? What's something people only romanticize because they've never had to deal with it? Well, how about being a morning show host? No, it is pretty good. It's pretty good being a morning show host. It's that whole waking up thing that sucks. I've been doing this, 12 years now? I think it's about my 12-year anniversary on the morning show. And I've been in this biz for 18. But 12 years. You would think I would be used to getting up that early. No. You're just sometimes a night person, and you like to sleep in. I wish I could sleep in every day, as late as humanly possible. Okay, things people only romanticize because they've never had to deal with it. Somebody says, being the strong one everyone leans on. Looks admirable from outside. From inside, it means no one ever checks if you're okay. Well, That is true. Generally, if you're the one people lean on, they don't tend to check up on you and see how you're doing. But also, the weight that you take on as a person that a lot of people come to with their problems, it can be so draining. So draining. And I used to be a lot more of that kind of person. And maybe it's bad that I've tried to slowly, just kind of pull myself back and try to make somebody else the person that everybody leans on. But it drains you. It drains you. And if you've got, problems like me, mental problems, you don't need that extra weight on you. So when you tell people, sorry, time to go get a counselor. If it ain't your significant other or something, I don't know. Also, if you're not a trained counselor, you're probably not going to help somebody out as much as somebody who went to school with it would as well. So just tell them, go get yourself some therapy. Get away from me. No, maybe don't say that. Somebody might be having a really bad time. And I'm not saying don't be there for people. Just don't be the person that everybody goes to all the time. I feel bad. Sometimes I just won't answer my phone. It's like, oh, that person's calling. I know there's a problem. I ain't dealing with it right now. I don't have the mental capacity to handle it. Call them back tomorrow. I know. Shame on me. Okay, other things that people romanticize because they've never dealt with it. Living in a small town. Cute until everyone knows your business. The only small town I've lived in would be Burley. Burley, is it considered? I'd say it's considered a small town. Wouldn't call it a city. Well, I guess Wikipedia says it's a city. But 11,000 people live there. It's a small town. I bet there's got to be some small towns that are aight. Like Sedona, for example. That's a small town. But man, who's got the money to live there? One of the most expensive places out there. And what's the population there? I'm curious what the population of Sedona is. About 10,000. So similar size in Burley, except it's beautiful. It's not an ugly dump filled with crazy people. Well, it might be filled with crazy people, but not Burley crazy. Living in a small town, I think it would greatly depend on the small town, and if you're going to do it, maybe that's why older people tend to retire to small towns, because you want to be a stay-at-home. You don't need everybody up in your business. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, what else are things that people romanticize because they've never had to deal with it? ADHD. People don't romanticize that. No. If they do, they're crazy. What are they talking about? Dealing with it, ADHD sucks. All right? Hitting rock bottom and having nothing to lose. Who romanticizes that? What is wrong with the internet? Are people just watching movies and going, oh, everybody wishes they could hit rock bottom and have nothing to lose? No! Nobody wants to do that. What are you talking about? That's a very popular response on this thread. People romanticizing war and death? Psychos! Psychos! If you're romanticizing war and death, well, hey, I'm sure there's some type of military you could join somewhere. Jeez. Having an old soul as a child. When I was a kid, people used to tell me I had an old soul all the time as a compliment. Then I became an adult and realized it isn't really a compliment. Means I didn't get to be a kid. Do people romanticize having an old soul as a kid? I don't think so. And do old people... that must be something from another time. I can't imagine going up, talk to my daughter, you have an old soul. I don't know, that's just weird. All right, what else do people romanticize? Because they've never dealt with it. The good old days. Yeah. I saw a picture somebody posted. Maybe it was the president, and it was a picture from the 1950s, and it was something like, people don't want us to have this anymore. Yeah, no, we don't. We don't want to have the 1950s anymore. All right? read some history about the 1950s. It would have sucked. If you could live now or in 1950, give me a break. They didn't even have video games back then. You had to entertain yourself with, what, like jacks, marbles, things like that? Ugh. No good books. Yeah, maybe a handful. It would have been horrible. The medical stuff, everything is better now. I know that right now the world's a disaster, all right? And I know that everything's really expensive, and there's a lot of things that really suck. But I guarantee that now is better than the 1950s. The good old days. Give me a break. It's like when you look back on when you were a kid. You only remember all the really good stuff, right? Like, I thought the music from the 90s was the best era till I started programming the Z103 throwback station and the 105 Legends station, which plays a lot of country from the 90s, and the throwback Z103 plays a lot of pop music from the 90s. Boy, you want to talk about a terrible era of pop and country music? I don't know if it gets worse than the 90s. So bad. Let's go to the phones here. Oh, man. Let's try this other line. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
Hey, Crazy Carl, man. How you doing?
Crazy Carl. I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?
Man, so not too bad. Hey, man, we got a nice day down here. Sun's out. It's nice and cool. It's not too hot. It's a great day. Great day.
Great to hear it.
Heck yeah. So, as far as people like romanticizing about things, I've had a lot of friends that go, "Oh man, I wish that I lived in the Old West." And to that, I just got to say, I got 3 words for you, buddy. Modern dentistry, indoor plumbing, and electricity, man.
Exactly. I love playing Red Dead Redemption 2. You want to live in the 1800s? Right. Go that route. Cosplay. Be Arthur Morgan. Yeah. It would have been horrible to live in the 1800s.
Well, watch A Million Ways to Die in the West. That movie will tell you about everything that you can die from in the Wild West.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I went to this dentistry museum down in Las Vegas, and you know the old Singer sewing the sewing machines?
Yeah.
Where you put your foot on the pedal?
Yeah.
Like, they literally had one of those, and that was like late 1800s, you know? And it's like, you go to the dentist back then, it's like, well, here's your shot of whiskey. Let me grab the pliers.
Yeah, exactly. People, might say getting a root canal sucks, but you still have your teeth.
Yeah.
Imagine back when they would use leeches to suck the bad blood out of you.
Oh, yeah. It would have been great to live back in the day and be a cowboy in the Wild West.
Imagine living in the bubonic plague era, watching everyone just die.
No.
Death metal would have been thriving, but
the good old days.
Yeah, not a cell phone in sight.
Well, I appreciate it, Carl.
Oh, man. Well, hey, you guys have a good day, man. Enjoying the show, brother.
Hey, thanks, man. Peace.
We'll see you. Bye.
Jade was born in 1826.
I know. We should have asked him, what was it like to live back then? How great was it? You think now or back then was better? K-Bear, what's up?
You guys are talking about all this good old days. I was born in the 60s. We barely had color TV, no streaming, no internet, no cable. Screw the good old days.
Heck yeah, man. I'm telling you, I'd take now over any other decade that came prior, for sure.
Yep. Yeah. It was bad. Have a good day.
You too, man. Good to hear from you.
Yep.
Peace. All right, as we wrap up this show, might as well take a look at a few more of these things that people romanticize because they've never had to deal with it themselves. All right, where did that tab go? There we go. This person says, being your own boss. It isn't always freedom. Okay. Yeah, it's still work. Duh. And depending on how you're self-employed, there are going to be certain things you have to follow and do that involve other people. Sure. You're not just going to sit there and have money magically appear. Oh, it does make sense. Let's go to the phones. K-Bear, you were live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
My name's John.
John.
Reckless John.
What's on your mind, dude?
Well, you was talking about the good old days back. Well, you ought to see where I grew up at.
Where'd you grow up, man?
Well, it's a town site. Well, it's an old village called Delin. Dehlin. It's southeast of Idaho Falls.
Dehl. How'd you spell it again?
Dehlin.
Delin, Idaho. Okay. Now they just call it a neighborhood in Bonneville County. So.
Yeah, that's about, well, actually, there for about 10 years, it was just me and the one neighbor.
Wow. Yeah. I was trying to read this article about it from the Idaho State Journal, but I think they want me to pay them. Dang it.
Oh, well, I tell you what, I'm in town right now, and I got the book. And I'll swing by and bring it over to you here in about an hour.
Oh, a book about Delin?
Yep. My mother wrote it. It took her 10 years to come up with all this information.
Wow. Well, I would definitely be interested to learn a little bit more about that, for sure. Never heard of it until right now.
Yeah. Well, have you been to, familiar with Kep's Crossing?
No. How do you spell? Do you know how to spell that?
Yeah, Kepps. Kep's.
Kep's Crossing.
Kep's family.
Idaho Falls. It says it's a fishing and boating access site. Okay. I'm sure I've been by that area, but yeah, I guess I wasn't familiar with it just by name.
Okay. Well, I got a couple maps that come with the book too. I pack one with me all the time when people start getting interested in this.
Whoa. Okay. So I zoomed way out here. I see where they've got Delin. And they've got the Old Schoolhouse Foundation. That's is that up in the mountains outside of town?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's about 20 miles from Idaho Falls.
Huh. I wonder, can you still go out there, or is that on private land?
It's on private land, the old schoolhouse, but in fact, I had a guy come by a while ago and ask for permission to go up there. There's no gates you have to go through or anything. You just drive up there and walk around.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never been out to that specific area there. It looks like it's kind of right up in the mountains between Bone and Swan Valley. It's up there.
Yeah. In fact, my cabin's only about 6 miles from Fall Creek Road.
Right on. All right. Well,
but yeah, I'll swing this book over. You have to check it out. You'll really like it. But like you said, though, that was rough times back then. You didn't have no video games. You played kick the can or went on snipe hunts.
Yeah. I know. I had another guy who called during the last song who was talking about growing up in the '60s and barely had color TV. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He's like,
we didn't have no TV. That shortwave radio I gave you.
Oh, that
came
was you.
From up there.
That was you. Okay, I've still got that thing in my garage, and I use it to listen to whatever I can. You can pick up some weird stuff on AM radio. So
yeah, but then it fades out. You got to keep shifting it around here and there.
Yeah, it's been fun to play with, man. I really appreciate you bringing that to me.
I got another one you might be interested in too, but you're gonna have to come check it out.
All right, I'd be down, man. Call me after the show. I'll get a number so I can get in touch with you.
Okay, or I'll leave it with Jill when I leave the book.
Okay, sounds good.
I guess Jill's still there.
Well, now we'd have Kennedy up at the desk.
Oh, okay.
Which I believe she's in, and she's very nice. So.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll just leave it there with her. I don't need to come talk to you or nothing. But...
Well, I can pop out if you want, man. Just tell her to come grab me or call me.
Okay.
Depending on the time, long as I'm here. So.
Yeah, I understand that.
Cool. Well, appreciate it, man.
Right on.
Good to hear from you.
Yep.
See ya.
Yep. We'll talk to you later, man.
Bye. All right, one more call. K-Bear, you are live on the program. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
You suck.
You suck. Hey, how dare you?
You're terrible.
You're terrible. You need to stop shopping.
You know what? I'm not even going to say it. You need to stop snoring. How about that?
Oh, I try. If I could stop, I would. It's not a choice.
You suck. Right.
All right. See ya. Good ending to the show. You suck, me. All right, I suck. I'm going to leave now. And Peaches and I will be back at noon for the noon hour of madness and mayhem. So I hope you'll tune in and check that out as well. Appreciate everybody who listened, everybody who called in and participated on the show today. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning. All right. I got some heavy, new, Motionless in White with Corey Taylor coming up to kick off the 10 o'clock hour. Have a great day. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.